Hi, it's Zoe here. Today I'm going to talk about the Bennington Triangle. Basically, it's a chunk of land in Vermont that for some reason so many people have gone missing in, like disappeared in thin air. Hundreds of people have gone missing in this small space of land. Today we are going to talk about some of these cases. At first, people thought that it was a serial killer causing all these disappearances, but after 50 years had gone by and this was still happening, they came to the conclusion that it wasn't. People say it's something supernatural. The Bennington Triangle is a loosely defined area that encompasses the ghost town of Glastonbury, which was once a small logging community centered on the eponymous mountain in southwest Vermont. It's been abandoned since the 19th century. So these missing persons cases started 70 years ago, and since then, not a lot of people go there anymore. Besides the unsolved missing disappearance cases, there have also been a lot of strange sightings, like figures in the woods, monsters, even aliens have been mentioned, although I don't know how that works. I thought they were in space. The first person to go missing there was in 1945. It was the vanishing of Mitty Rivers. He was a 74-year-old hunting guide. He led a party of 4 hunters around the area called Hell Hollow in the southwest of Glastonbury and was suddenly lost. And people were really confused by this because he had been hiking and hunting there for so many years. He was 74 years old, so he had probably been doing this for 40 years. So he knew the forest, he knew how to get around. So when he suddenly disappeared, people were like, wait just a minute. That's impossible. Also, my birds in the background say, hi, Disco. There you go. So the first day he went missing, tons of people searched for him, and it was completely unsuccessful. But people were still sort of positive because they knew even if he was lost, he knows the forest. So they thought he will return soon, maybe. So people waited a couple of days and he never came back. Disco, stop it, please. Sorry about him. Soon there were more than 300 concerned locals, and tons of people started to search for him for 8 days straight. Through the day, through the night, they couldn't find a single shred of evidence. They covered the entire area, and they couldn't find any pieces of clothing, anything he would have been carrying, nothing. And the next year, there was another disappearance. This is the most famous disappearance case in the whole area of Vermont. It was the disappearance of Paula Weldon. She was an 18-year-old student at Bennington College, and she decided to go for a hike before going home for the holidays. She was last seen on Sunday, December 1st, 1946. She was wearing easy-to-spot red and was entering the long trail near the Glastonbury mountain, but she never made it to her Monday classes. So 1,000 people went to look for her. That was even bigger than the year prior when that man went missing. And there was even a reward for her. So if anyone found her, they would get $5,000. So take this in. There were thousands of people looking for her. There were aircrafts in the air looking for her. And once again, there were no clues as to what happened to her. And 3 years after her disappearance, another person went missing. People say that this one is a supernatural case. Now, the other two still were, but they say this one is more so. It was a 68-year-old man named James E. Tedford, and he was boarding a bus to Bennington, and numerous eyewitnesses, including the driver, confirmed that he had been in his seat as late as the stop before Bennington, so he was the only one on the bus. People saw him, the driver saw him. But when the bus pulled into Bennington, Tedford was nowhere to be found. It was creepy because just before they hit the border of Bennington, he was still in his seat. But when the bus finally pulled into Bennington, Tedford was nowhere to be found. He vanished into thin air while on a moving vehicle. Even his luggage was still on the seat. So nearly a year later, in October 1915, a boy named Paul Jepson went missing. He was last seen happily playing in the family pickup truck. Then he just vanished without a trace. So they got all these people to be a search party, and this time, police even got bloodhounds involved. Once again, no one could find him. And what's creepy is that as these missing person cases go on, they seem to get more frequent. For example, only 2 weeks after this boy went missing, someone else went missing. 53-year-old Frida Langer, who was an experienced hiker, went missing. After hiking a half-mile with her cousin Herbert, she accidentally fell into a stream. She told her cousin and her husband that she was just going to go back to camp to change her clothes, and they never saw her after that again. Helicopters were going over the forest. 400 people were looking for her, and this is the only case where they found a body. Every other case they found nothing. And the cause of death could not be determined, which is really weird because normally if you find a body, you can tell what happened. No, not this time. So those are all the cases I'm going to be talking about today. Thank you so much for watching. It shows you how weird this area is. I know I'm not going to go there. Let me know if you would. Let me know what you think happened to these people. And thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys. Hey guys, my name is Zoe, just like I said in the beginning of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And please remember to go check out my friend Thomas's channel. His YouTube channel's name is Tom Q. And I am sorry about my bird. I know you can hear him in the background. He's a chatterbox and I love him for it. And I'm also sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. Yeah, they're also a little loud, but thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!